Welcome back to another episode of Real Talk Real Estate with Trevor and Brit.
Hey.
We have a couple of awesome topics to talk about today.
Momentum. What does that mean? And how do we keep it? So when we go to list a property, you go to list a property and then the clock starts ticking. And that means for everybody, here we go, we're on a roll.
Yeah.
And you have to have momentum. And if you lose it, you lose buyers, you lose leverage,
and you lose money.
100%. So let's talk about it. The first 2 weeks.
Most important for your listing. If it's your biggest and prime time moment, it really tells you what the market is going to net you. It's going to tell you if you've overpriced it, underpriced it, or if you need to make improvements to it.
For sure. Overpricing kills excitement faster than anything.
Yes.
Even $10,000 too high can stall the traffic of your listing.
Especially in like the first time home buyer price point. Listing a house that's worth $235 and you list it at $245. You're just taking that buyer pool and shrinking it down more than you need to. So if you price it right, we've talked about multiple times in other episodes, price it right, you'll get multiple offers and be able to net a better overall offer for you as the seller to be able to pick what's best for you.
100%. So buyers assume something wrong if the home lingers past 21 days.
Yep.
And then they also think that they can come down on the price too. So just be careful, be mindful. I mean, we can't talk about pricing enough with these sellers. I've had my own instances with price too high and had to drop the price almost immediately to make sure that I don't lose momentum, right? So being a good agent requires us to know if you're not getting hot off the press the first weekend, a lot of showings, something's wrong. Something is 100% wrong, and being able to acknowledge that as your selling agent is, better to get on top of it, do it fast, and making sure. So be realistic, and when your agent suggests a price to you sellers, obviously we'll make the point of showing you all the comps and all the things around. But if you're like, okay, nope, I don't care, my house is worth this much, and then you decide, or the agent is like, okay, well, I'll list it at your price, knowing that is not the price that your agent suggested, just know that it's going to be stalled. It's going to take time.
Yeah. For that first week, if your agent is doing an open houses, and most of the time you should, whether it's your agent or an agent from their office doing an open house, you should have anywhere from 6 to 10. I think that's kind of standard for like that first opening weekend for one open house. That'll tell you volumes of price and popularity of your home.
Right.
How your agent has marketed it. Granted, that's not always like red line, like you need to have X amount, but it's a good baseline because time of the year, whether the Lions or the Tigers or Red Wings or whomever is playing on a Sunday, that might, or the State or Michigan playing. So those different ancillary activities going around in the area will definitely affect your open houses, but baseline wise, if there's nothing going on in the area, no festivals, no whatever, 6 to 10, if you've priced it right, is probably
6 to 10 people.
6 to 10 groups.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could say people too, but
But it's groups really, because most of the time, it's husband and wife or mom and son or whatever.
Right.
But refreshing photos or updating your listing descriptions can help, but it's like restarting a stalled engine. So when you get to that point where you've lost momentum, that's the part where you just want to come out of the gate ready to go, because when you get to adjusting and fixing and changing, then especially if it's a house that people, or an area that people want to be in, they're watching. They're seeing you make these adjustments. They've already seen the house when you first listed it, because if they're on it and they want to buy, they're looking every day like a crazy person. I can speak for myself. I was looking every day like a crazy person. I kept seeing the same houses every day. I kept seeing when the price reduced. I'm like, oh. And so the thought as a consumer, speaking to a seller, okay, well, something's wrong. Why is this house not being sold? Something's happening. Something needs to be done. Okay, I can go in at a lowball price because it's been sitting there. I mean, and that's what you think as a consumer. So just know that that's what these sellers are thinking. The longer your house sits on the market,
and the less momentum you have.
100%.
Because you go from being in the driver's seat to maybe just being willing to take whatever offer you get.
Yeah.
I had that this weekend. Like I was showing houses to a client. That house has been on the market for 90 days. Actually, a second showing. and the agent had called me once the first time and then again on the second time, basically saying like, oh, between Friday and Tuesday, they've decreased it by 10 grand. And he's like, they'll even be willing to accept XYZ and also maybe give out some concessions. So you really lose your leverage when it comes to days on market. And that house in particular was like 90 days plus. So, you know, the longer it sits, the less leverage you have at getting a good deal or a good offer for you. It's always going to be a good deal because you're the one finally deciding if it's a good deal, but if it's a good offer.
Right. Feedback on showings. I like to talk to my sellers every week on Monday and Friday to kind of let them know what the traffic is. Obviously, if we've got an offer, I'll call in between. Yep. But usually I set the expectation up front. I'm talking to you Monday because obviously the weekend, so they know what the traffic is, and then Monday through Friday what the traffic is, right? So getting that feedback, and agents, I can't say stresses enough. I know our broker just talked about this. Getting that feedback from you guys is so important. And I didn't realize how important, because at the start of my career, I was more of a buyer's agent. I'm just now getting more listings under my belt. So I'm like, the feedback is important, and I didn't realize. And so now I'm making a conscious effort myself when I go see houses to leave feedback, because that's how we're able to make the seller understand what's happening in the market. And so we don't have to be the person to fight so hard for it, because we've got all the data to show you it's overpriced, it's not clean, it's not showing well, they need to do this, X, Y, Z. So when you're a seller's agent, go and talk to your sellers. So sellers, guys, listen to what they're saying. Listen to this feedback. Now you've had 20 showings and every agent is saying the same thing in the feedback. That's a problem.
It's not criticism, it's data.
Data, 100%.
Use that data to pivot quickly to what the market is telling you to do. Price reduction, fix XYZ, keep the house in positive momentum going so that you can still get that house sold.
Right, 100%. And that's, moving quickly and adjusting. As soon as you see like the continuous like comments or data showing you that something's wrong, being able to adjust quickly and not fight your agent on what the data is showing you is the biggest support you can do to get your house sold. If you want to sell your house, listen to your agent, because especially if they're a good one and they're doing all the research prior to and all the things, you want to make sure that you are listening to them and not fighting them back and making the necessary changes accordingly so that you can get your house sold 100%.
Yep. Market momentum isn't just online, it's the momentum of everybody that you have on your team. It's the agents, the lenders, the buyers, all the title companies, like everybody having the same high energy that helps keep the process moving in the right direction and getting your house sold ultimately. Yeah,
and it brings it back to the emotions of it all, making sure that everybody, like you said, is on the same page. Because if everybody's all over the place, then you got that emotional roller coaster that's unnecessary. So making sure that everybody stays on the same page and is working hard to get what you need is all the things that need to be in order to sell your house properly.
Listing is like game day. You've got everybody all on the same page and you're ready to go and win that game. Selling it is obviously the ultimate win. So when you have everybody in the arena all on the same page, ready to go, like that's what it's like, game day.
100%.
Listing is game day.
Yep, momentum sells home, not luck. So nail your pricing, prep, and timing up front, and the market will do the rest. You get it all right on the upfront, market will do the rest. Simple as that.
Absolutely. If you liked this video so far, if you would do us a solid and like, comment, or share this video, we would greatly appreciate it, because we are trying to get this channel to really take off, and we're just providing this awesome value to you, buyers, sellers, and investors, and all real estate minds alike. So if you would give us a like, follow, and a share, that'd be very much appreciated.